So we'll see our next topic, that is human interface device. तो हम देख लेते हैं ह्यूमन इंटरफेस डिवाइस होता क्या है। तो ह्यूमन इंटरफेस डिवाइस, जैसा कि नाम है तो हमें पता चलता है कि ह्यूमन इंटरफेस डिवाइस ऐसा डिवाइस जो ह्यूमन के साथ इंटरेक्ट करता है। मीन्स कंप्यूटर गेम्स के अंदर जो डिवाइस ह्यूमन के साथ इंटरेक्ट करता है उसे हम ह्यूमन इंटरफेस डिवाइसेस कहते हैं। ठीक है, तो डेफिनेशन देख लेते हैं। एंड अ ह्यूमन इंटरफेस डिवाइस और HID इज अ टाइप ऑफ कंप्यूटर डिवाइस यूजुअली यूज टू ह्यूमन दैट टेक्स इनपुट फ्रॉम ह्यूमन एंड गिव्स आउटपुट टू ह्यूमंस। मीन्स ऐसा डिवाइस जो ह्यूमन से इनपुट लेता है और ह्यूमन को आउटपुट देता है कंप्यूटर के द्वारा, वो उससे क्या कहते हैं, हम HID कहते हैं या फिर ह्यूमन इंटरफेस डिवाइस कहते हैं। ठीक है, द टर्म HID मोस्ट कॉमनली रेफर्स टू USB HID स्पेसिफिकेशन। द टर्म was coined by Mike Van Flender of Microsoft when he proposed that the USB committee create a human interface device class working group. The group was renamed as Human Interface Device class at the suggestion of Tom Sackmead of DEC because the proposed standards supported by directional communication. ठीक है, so we'll start with our next topic, that is human interface devices, HID. So games are interactive computer simulations. So the human players need some way of providing inputs to the games. All sorts of human interface devices exist for gaming, including joysticks, joypads, keyboards and mice, trackballs, Wi-Fi remote, specialized input devices like steering wheels, fishing rods, dance pads, and even electric guitars. In this chapter, we will investigate how game engines typically read, process, and utilize the input from human interface devices. We also have a look at how outputs from this device provides feedbacks to human players. Types of human interface devices. A wide range of human interface devices are available for gaming purpose. Console like Xbox 360 and PS3, some equipped with joypad controllers, as shown in figure 8.1. Nintendo Y console is well known for its unique and innovative Y remote controller, shown in figure 8.2. PC games are generally either controlled by keyboard and the mouse, or by joypads. Microsoft designed the Xbox 360 joypad so that it can use both on Xbox 360 and on Windows DirectX PC platforms, as shown in figure 8.3. Arcade machines have one or more built-in controllers such as joysticks and various buttons, or a trackball, a steering wheel, etc. An arcade machine input device is usually somewhat customized to the game in question, although input hardware is often reused among arcade machines produced by same manufacturer. On console platform, specialized input devices and adapters are usually available in addition to standard input devices such as joypad. For example, guitar and drum devices are available for Guitar Hero series of games. Steering wheels can be purchased for driving games, and games like Dance Revolution use a special dance pads device. Some of these devices are shown in figure 8.4. The Nintendo Y Moto is one most flexible input devices on the market today. As such, is often adapted to new purpose rather than replaced with an entirely new device. For example, Mario Kart Y comes with a plastic steering wheel adapter into which a Y mode can be inserted. Interfacing with HID. Interfacing with human interface devices. All human interface devices provide input to the game software, and some also allow the software to provide feedback to human player by various kinds of output as well. Game software read and write HID outputs various ways depending on the specific design of the device in the question. Pooling. Some simple devices like game pads and also school joysticks are read by pooling. The hardware periodically used once per interaction of the human game loop. This means explicitly querying the state of device either by reading hardware registers, directly reading a memory mapped input output port, or by a higher level software interface which is turn read appropriate registers or memory mapped input output ports. Likewise, output might be sent to HID by writing a special register or a memory mapped input output address. Microsoft input X input API for use with Xbox 360 game pads on both the Xbox 360 and Windows PC platform is a good example of simple pooling mechanism. Every frame the game calls function X input get state. The function communicates with hardware and the driver read the data in the appropriate way and package it all of the convenient use of software. It return pointer to an X input state struct which, which in turn contains an embedded instance for a struct called X input gamepad. This struct contains the current state of all the control button, thumb stick and triggers on the device. And next one is interrupt. Interrupt some HID only send data to the game engine when the state of controller changes in some way. For example, a mouse spends a lot of time just sitting still on the mouse pad. There is no reason to send continuous stream of data between the mouse and the computer when the mouse it isn't moving. We need only transmit information with it moves or a button pressed or released. This kind of device usually communicate with host computer via hardware interrupts. An interrupt is an electronic signal generated by hardware which causes the CPU temporarily suspend execution of main program and run a small chunk of code called interrupt service runtime or ISR. Next one is wireless device. The input and output of Bluetooth device like the Y mode, the Dual Shock 3 and Xbox 360 wireless controller cannot be read and write written by simple accessing register or memory mapped input output ports. Instead, the software must talk to device via Bluetooth protocol. The software can request the HID to send input data such as state of its button and back to the host and send output data, setting the stream of audio data to the device. The communication is often handled by a thread separate from a game engine main loop or a list encapsulated behind a relatively simple interface that can be called from the main loop. This is all about HID, and we'll see the next topic next video. नाइट आउट स्टडी चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें और बेल आइकन प्रेस करें